Okay, setting up your 2025 wealth inducement sector is simple and can be done again in just 3 easy steps. Also, I always try to simplify things so that anyone who take a look at it can follow very easily without any difficulties. So what are these 3 easy steps? Number one is to locate locate where are all your wealth sector or sectors. I'll talk about that. Okay, whether it's one sector, two sector, or three sector that we need to put together to create that wealth inducement sectors. Yeah. Okay, so that's step number one. Step number two, once we locate them already, we need to place the right thing at this sector or sectors so that it means to set up, add those wealth enhancing items to align the sector's energy to activate its potential. And after that, we need to empower it. So sometimes step one, step two is like give you an analogy. It's just like you have a PowerPoint, a wall socket, and then you have a device, and you just take the plug and plug it in. So this is locate and place. That's it. There's no power running yet, right? There's no power running yet. So you cannot use that device. So we still need the third last step called empower. Empowerment basically means to turn on the switch to say, okay, let the current come in. Or empower. So basically, we're using specific techniques to supercharge the energy in the wealth inducing sector, making it work even harder for you. So don't worry. I'll break each step down for you so you can implement it effortlessly. Let's get started. Good. Step one. Locate. Can you see the protruded sector? Okay, the protruded sector. So this year, the wealth sector is just not one direction. That's not one sector. It is made up of 3 sectors. What are they? Southeast, West, Northeast. These 3. Basically, the 3 protruded sector that you see in the slides. This energy, these areas and these 3 sectors together carry the strongest potential for wealth energy in 2025. Also, we need to focus on these 3 together. So don't worry, I will get you through finding these sectors and unlocking their potential step by step. Now, to be exact, that's why I mentioned, if you want to be very exact, especially for wealth inducement, we need to be more exact than the earlier on one, the removing blockers and adding supporters. We want to be more exact. Because the more exact you go, the more it click. The more it click, the more the current can come through. Basically, this is what I'm trying to say. So, move on to step 2. Remember in 2021 and 2023, the seminar for 2021 and the seminar for 2023, if you follow me, right? You remember that the wealth sector, setting up the wealth sector, we require the placement of 3 sets of 8 jet cubes. Lynn is asking, I assume now we extend to entire house and not just bedroom. Okay. If you don't know much about, let's say you're a beginner with feng shui and you don't know really how to navigate through the feng shui audit, then just focus on the bedroom. If you are more confident, then you can always do the same thing for every room. Go to every room, stand in the center, look for southeast, do the same thing. Okay, do the same thing. That means add, clear, remove and add, remove and add. And then go to the kitchen, go to the living room, do the same thing. Okay. Okay, where was I? Coming back to this step 2, placement. We want to be more exact. So in 2025, we are bringing them this 8 jet cubes formation back for another round of energy alignment. So where do we shift this? So in case you have already used the 8 jet cube for 2021 and 2023, we are going to shift them for 2025. Right? So just now, I think Jia Xuan is asking about the jet cubes, right? So we're going to move them. We're going to move them for 2025. So you don't have to buy some more until the whole house is full of jet cubes. No need, no need. Use back the same 3 sets that you have been using for 2021 and 2023. Unless you have, what do you call that, cubes that have, that's spoiled already, chip off already, damaged, then you replace those chips. Otherwise, you can clean it and reuse it. Lindsay can use paper cut, right? Can. Yes, you can. Okay, but make sure it's yellow square. Okay, so where do these three sets go to? The first set goes to the second half. Where's my pen? Okay, goes to the here. Second half of southeast. That means the second half of southeast. You can see the shaded area. And to be exact, it is around 140 degree to 157.5 degree. Second half of southeast. This is number one. First set. Second set goes to here, the west. And the west is the entire 45 degree. So no need to worry about first half, second half. It's the entire 45 degree. You can put anywhere as long as it fall unders within the 45 degree of west. For the third set, go to the first half of northeast. To be exact, it is between 22.5 to 40. So if you have those scout compass that shows you the degree, yeah, just go for it. Or if you use a digital phone, better still, some digital phone compass will show you the degree as you move the phone. So it's around there. It's around there. So you can place the edge cube, shift the edge cube to these three locations. Now, if your space is tight, no worries. Because it may look a bit odd to have three sets of edge cubes all showing up in the same bedroom. What you can do is you can place each set in different room as long as these three sectors are covered. So it's either the physical edge cubes or the yellow squares they can cut out from the paper, or like what Lynn mentioned. Can? Southeast start at 30 and not 22.5. North, sorry, not starts from 22.5 to 40. Okay, 22.5 to 40, right? Okay, so where was I? Okay, so you don't have to place all in one room, but you can spread them out. So perhaps maybe the first set in your bedroom, the second set in wrong. First set in the bedroom, maybe let's say southeast. Then the second set will go to your study, maybe west. And then the third set in the living room go to northeast. And then you have three sets being placed properly and cover all these three sectors. Whatever you find what works for you. Or you can say, the first set in the bedroom, but in the west, because west got space, southeast no space. Then fine. Then go to another room, cover southeast or northeast. As long as these three sectors are covered, I think you are there. Or you are there. So find what works for you. So this is step 2, placement. Question? If no, then move on to step 3. Empowerment. That means turning on. What we did up to now is just putting the plug wall socket only. We have not push down the button to let the current flow. So step 3 is to let the current flow. It's called empowerment. And what do we do with empowerment is once you have placed the 3 set of edge cubes in their respective 3 sectors, it's time to activate their energies. So what you can do, and what I'm suggesting you to do, is to write or select 3 powerful quotes about, for this case, I'm suggesting inviting multiple income streams into your life. So it could be like, for example, like what I say here, multiple streams of income flow effortlessly to me. It could be one example of the quote, and you can use it. And then what you do, you place it in front of the edge cubes for that 3 areas. Okay, so if you're unsure about what to write, don't worry. I've prepared these 3 quotes for you. Feel free to swipe and use them as they are. And what are they? So for example, the first one could be multiple streams of income flow effortlessly to me. You can put it as southeast, for example. And then the second one, I trust that more income sources are coming my way. You can put that at the west. And then the third one is I'm grateful for my multiple sources of income. You can put it at northeast. Why I'm doing this round is because of the insights that we gather that could happen in 2025. Also, I think we better prepare ourselves. We can't prevent, but we can prepare ourselves. Yeah. So one way to help ourselves is to help ourselves through feng shui enhancement. Okay, so this simple step will empower the energy of abundance and attract new opportunities to you. Now, having said that, right, once you've done all these things, before I say that, I think Joshua has a question. So, Master Yo, if it's paper 8-piece jet cubes, the code should be above or below. Above lah. Depending on where you place that 8 square. Okay. Depending on where you place the 8 square, right? If it's too low, then the quotes have to be above law. But if it's too high, then you put the quote above, then it's pretty high already. So what do you call that? You see what makes sense for you, for your space. Is that okay, Jiaxuan? Darren said we can't prevent the situation. We are more prepared to become more resilient when the situation arises. Yes, resiliency is the key word here in today's context. Yes, be resilient. Okay, where was I? Next. Putting this, like I've said earlier, what you display openly is what you are inviting to show up in your life. Now, the thing is, when it show up in your life as what you're trying to invite, are you open to receive? You get my point? Oh, yeah. Are you open to receive? That means, are you ready and open and space to receive what is coming? I've seen people, I've activated for them, and indeed opportunity comes the way. And then you know what my client say? I got no time. My current job is already killing me. I got no time. So therefore, I have to abandon the opportunity. So it's like inviting, yet you're rejecting. Or conflicting of intention. So make sure before you put these activating words, make sure that you also, on the flip side, make space for new things to come. This is the essence of reform. You follow me? Okay. Now, as I mentioned, for those who have been using these AJ cubes and find that the AJ cubes are chipped off, some of them are chipped off or spoiled or damaged or faded or whatsoever, and if you need to replenish, you can let me know. I don't sell. Okay, I don't sell, but I can get it for you, right? So because I can get in volume, right? So I can get better price. So if you want to get it set 8 of 8 is now $70. Originally is $80. So let me know. Okay, let me know. But please, once you order, please allow about 2 weeks for the cubes to be ready because I need to find time to go and get it, check it, inspect for you, and make sure they are okay before I hand it over to you. Right? So this is it. Otherwise, you can use the yellow square cut out from paper, yellow square. Okay, Darren say I activate for my client. Got possible Tao Hua. They say not the type. Oh my God. Okay, so they are rejecting. They are rejecting. If there are perfect relationship, are you really perfect? Exactly, Darren. Okay. So when you're looking at someone, you should do some reflection to yourself too. Okay, Ken. Now, empowerment comes in two portion. Comes in two portion. Number one is this one. That means you're telling universe, when I turn on the power, what I want this device to do for me. So how to tell the universe what you want the device to do for you is things like this, putting quotes like this, declaring, saying that multiple streams of income flow effortlessly to me. Number one. Number two, I trust you to give me more income sources. That's number two. And number three, I'm grateful, okay, for my multiple sources of income. So you are declaring this openly, so you're actually inviting it to show up. Just be prepared to receive it. Okay, that is first part of empowerment. The second part, anyone can tell me what's the second part to it, the empowerment part? Sooner or later, you all will ask me if I don't show you this slide. The second part to the activation, to the empowerment, is to select, thank you, Waiho, timing. Yes, is to select the right timing for each sector. Now, I've looked through the calendars. Unfortunately, there isn't a single perfect timing to activate all sectors at one go. So therefore, we need to focus on each sector separately. So the optimal timings are shown here in these slides. So, I've managed to find three auspicious timing for each sector. Some as early as 10 December, that means coming December 10th. It's a Tuesday, the timing. Okay, so you have some December, some in the January, some as late as April. So for example, West, you have three timing, 15 Jan, 9 April, 21st April. So if you miss the 15 Jan, then the next good timing is April already. You have to be patient and wait until April. Okay, so better don't miss it. Better don't miss it. So be sure to block out the time on your calendars for each one. So to ensure that you're working with the best energy possible. Huh? So let's make this process intentional and impactful. So what you do? Mark your calendars. Can, but before that, prepare all the things ready. Prepare all the things ready. For example, the square, the yellow square, the jet cubes, the codes. If you don't want multiple income, whatever you want universe to bring to you, you do that codes. Is that okay? I make it flexible for you. Yeah. So with this, okay, Darren said, I agree, Master Yo. Are we open for the invitation? I will like to add on these few years of activation. Are you doing what you're doing? My definition of doing is there are two things need to do before doing. Is a decision and choice. That's right. We must always make a choice to say, I want to receive. I'm ready to receive. I'm open to receive. Good point, Darren. Good point. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so with this on wealth inducement, we have covered almost everything we set out to explore. So what are they? We covered the feng shui protection for 2025. We covered the wealth inducement for 2025, and that part also helped you to invite multiple income streams to show up in your life. And like what Darren said, you have to prepare yourself to receive it. Huh? Pepe say for those who already placed the cube, how to reactivate, remove just before the auspicious timing and put back during the auspicious timing. Yes, if you have already placed there, let's say for example the west, there's already an 8J cube. What you can do is before that timing, maybe half an hour earlier, you remove it, you clean the space up, and then you clean the 8J cube. The best, okay, is to clean with essential oil. Why? Because I love to what do you call that? To boost the cubes with essential oil. For example, oils like joy, abundance, and some cheaper oils are orange. All these are very positive energy. Okay, so we want to 开光啊，oh, it's simple term called 开光. Put it into the cubes, and then once you clean the space, once you clean the cube already, 时间到, put it there. Okay, and then put the codes, and then you bless the area, using whatever method that you are familiar with lah. Okay, is that okay, Pepe? Okay, so now we are going to move on to the bonus segment where we'll talk about setting up your personal success sector. Remember, your personal success sector may be different from someone else. Okay, and that's perfectly fine. Because it's all about what's personal and what is unique to you. Okay. So Jia says, sorry, Master Yo. So the previous 1 year, I shift at the cubes from the old location to the new location at the empowering timing dates too. Yes, you are right. So what you do is the same thing like what I advise Pepe. Right now, the cubes may be at the current position. And then when the time's up, half an hour earlier, what you can do is you clean the new space. After that, you clean the cubes, and then you prepare lah, stand by lah. Time's up already, you just shift lah, and then bless the space lah. Is that okay, Jia Xuan? Same thing, huh? Okay, so let me know in the chats if you are ready to dive into this final piece. Type yes in the chat box.